morning, you guys. I'm looking super sleepy, but that is okay. Today is Monday, February 8th. I have 4 exams today: Patho, ICM, which is Intro to Clinical Medicine, Pharmacology, and Patient Encounter. We are in our GI module. We had about 4 weeks of learning GI stuff, so today is finally our test day. I feel prepared, but I'm hoping that our exams reflect what I learned. Other than that, I will just keep on updating you. It is currently 7:30. My exam begins at 8:15, so I'm just gonna, I guess, do some last review, even though, like, really, what can I learn? But it always makes me feel better just to look at the material once more before my exam. And that is it. I usually do not eat before my test because I get really, like, nervous and anxious, and then I feel like nauseous or something. It's really bad, but I definitely do think I have testing anxiety. I feel like I've always had this. I always get really nervous, but in PA school it's a little bit amplified. I'm trying not to be so nervous about it, but what can we do? I literally have a bright orange screen in front of me, but our first exam went okay. For the most part, I knew, for a majority of the exam, I knew what was going on. There was just a couple of questions that I was just like, like, it could go one way. I'm hoping it goes my way, but there's a possibility that it might be like the other answer. I'm really hoping it's my answer though, or the answer that I chose. I have about an hour until my next exam, so I'm just gonna continue studying. I finished in like maybe 15 minutes, like 15 to 20 minutes, but then I always just go back and like review, so that took another like 15 minutes, so I have a while to go still. But I'm just gonna review, look at my document, just see if there's anything that I'm like, oh yeah, let me remember that, and I will update you guys after. I know this looks like just like a lot of writing, but it just helps me to jot down things and kind of highlight the key points. This is for my ICM course, which I do have next for my exams. So I'm just going to be looking at like the very this one is Zenker's diverticulum, and usually people will have bad breath, and it's just the outpouching of the mucosa. So food gets stuck, and then that's what causes the bad breath. So these are just like little things that I like to remember in the vignettes, or I don't know, I always have trouble saying that, but yep. Exam 2 now finished. Okay, so my second exam was much more difficult than my first exam. It was a lot of questions asking about, okay, like, what would you do next? And there's different types of imaging, so I was getting like, I got overwhelmed with all of the imaging. To be honest, that's me being very honest. So hopefully I did okay. I have a lunch break right now. It is 11. My next test is at 12. So I'm just gonna eat a sandwich and look at my next notes. I can't dwell on this too much because then on my next exams I'll just be thinking about this. Can't do that. Don't do that. So yeah, test is uploading currently right now. Here's me saying that I wasn't gonna dwell on the questions, and I'm here dwelling on them. I don't know, that exam was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would have been. I don't know, I did a lot of practice questions. Like, I did questions through Roche, which was like over 100 questions, and then I did questions on Smarty Pants, and that was also over 100 questions. Like, I think that one was 149 and the other one was 128. But these questions were like different from those, so I don't know. I'm not feeling too confident about that exam. I do have another test, like I mentioned, at 12. It's pharmacology, so hopefully I'll just have a better outlook or attitude coming out of those exams. But for now, kind of sad. I am a little bit sad. Test number 3 is now done. I feel a lot better. Test number 3 was easy, farm. Well, not that it was easy, but I prepared for it. So I prepared well for it, which was really good. For farm, I like to just use charts, and since my program offers tutors, they make the charts for us, which is very, 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 very kind of them. And then I just study that, do some practice questions from Kahoots, and yeah, it was really good. So I do feel a lot better. I have one more exam today, then I'm done. It's patient encounter. Pretty much what I'm hoping is that they give a scenario, kind of describe the lesions or anything that is wrong, have pictures, because that's what I studied, and I'm really hoping that's how our exam's gonna be. That isn't until 1:30, and it is currently, I have my phone on my floor because like it's 12:30, so I have 1 more hour to study. I'm laughing so hard because, as I had explained to you guys, I felt like the second test was really hard because all of the diagnostic imaging I feel like are correct or the same or whatever. And no, everyone in the group chat feels the same way. I texted my little group after someone messaged and put like, hey, did anyone else think that was tough, or am I like the only one? And I was like, no, like I feel the same way. And everyone's sending memes and it's just funny. So they're like the Raj review questions and the exam master questions have nothing on how our professor prepared the questions, because that was just on another level. And they were saying that just makes me laugh because I did so many questions, and honestly the questions that my professor put were a lot harder than those. So I don't know, I feel a little bit better because I don't know, it's just funny. My classmates, my group mates, they do make you feel really nice, and now everyone is saying to just manifest success, think about positives, one more test, we got this. Last exam is finished. Okay you guys, it is now 1:48. I finished all of my exams. Last one was pretty good. It was what I imagined it to be. I also have like cookies right here, they're really good. Okay, side story, my abuela, she like buys me these cookies, my abuela and abuelos, or my abuelos, my grandparents. They buy me those cookies, they're so good and comforting. So I ate some of those before starting my test, but the test was what I expected it to be. There was pictures, there was descriptions. It was pretty good. I really like this class because now I'm getting to learn the terminology of like different defects or I guess things that can happen to the body. So it's pretty cool. It's patient encounter. I don't know, I really enjoy it. The rest of the day I'm gonna go eat right now. I'm gonna take you all to Target with me and we'll see. Tomorrow we start, well not tomorrow, but Wednesday we start the endocrine module. That one's gonna be a good one and a tough one too. But for now, I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of my day. I also have an exam on Wednesday and an exam on Thursday over anatomy. So I can't really, I'm gonna enjoy today, but I'm also gonna like do a little bit of studying for those tests because they're coming up and I really wanna do well on them. I feel so relieved. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be done. Okay, so the lighting in my car is not that great, but I was gonna go to Pollo Loco first, but I've decided to go to Target, do all of that. I might go grocery shopping today. I have seen so many like Instagram reels and TikToks on Instagram, because I don't have a TikTok, but on Instagram I'll see them, of really, really good food. So I want to buy stuff to make those things, and then after that I think I'll eat. Sounds like a plan to me. Super hungry, so this is the original boiled bowl. It's just chicken, cilantro, rice, beans, the 2 salsas that it comes with. I bought this cilantro avocado yogurt dressing. Pollo Loco sells that, but I'm pretty sure it's really high in calories, and then this one is just like yogurt, so I'm gonna try it out and hopefully it is good. I'm just noticing that I have this like red mark right here. Do you guys ever like fall asleep or you're just placing your hand and it turns all red? Because for sure that's happened to me a lot. But what I wanted to come on here and ask you guys was, have you ever used these things? They're for your wires so that they're not like bending at the little like base, or I don't even know what you would call this part, but I bought them at Target. They cost $1, which I feel like is such a good deal for these little things. And if you're looking for some, Target sells them. I don't know if I said Walmart in this video, but I meant to say Target. Target sells them, and if you're not, I mean, let's see if they work. I just realized that they're really good for color coding too, because I have 2 chargers, one for my iPad and one for my MacBook, and they look like pretty similar. The only difference is that one wire is longer than the other, but now that they're color coded, I will remember that this one is for my iPad and then this one is for my MacBook. They're pretty good, you guys. It is now 6:31. I do have 2 exams on, well, one on Wednesday and one on Thursday. Our program does put blueprints up. I do like to look at them. That way I can kind of see like, okay, like I really need to study this because there's gonna be a lot of questions, or like, nah, like this is okay, but I can prioritize my studying. That's what like I use it for. I feel like we didn't go over the nerves too much, and there's gonna be a lot of questions on the nerves. So I'm gonna just go back to watch our lectures. They also put like our previous Zooms. So I guess that's what's really good about like PA School Online, is that the lectures are recorded. So if you ever need to go back to them, they're there for us to go back to. So I'm gonna go back and look at where we talked about the nerves and highlight anything about the nerves, because honestly, there's like some things that yes we did talk about, but I don't feel like it was 10 things. So I need to go back to that, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, you guys, so I am finally just gonna relax today. It is actually pretty early, 11 a.m. Come on, it is 11 p.m. Tomorrow we are going to have a group session with our lab instructors, so that's going to prepare us for our tests on Thursday. I'm just going to spend the rest of the whole entire day studying for my test on Wednesday. It is the lecture portion of our anatomy class, so kind of nervous because it is a lot of information, but hopefully I've prepared adequately. We did receive our grades for one of my courses, the Patho one, and I did really good on it. I'm very happy with my grade. I feel like a little bit relieved, and I'm just gonna go to sleep happy with my grade, content with taking all of the exams, and grateful to spend another day doing what I truly love doing, and that is just like studying medicine, learning about the body, all of that jazz. Other than that, my like little rundown for the exams. Patho I felt was pretty fair, it was good. What we learned in class was what was on our exams, so that was really good. It's pretty much from the textbook, and I read the textbook. I just skim through it and take out like key information, and then I study that. So that's how I prepare for patho. ICM, that's a different story. I did prepare pretty good, and our professor, like all of my professors teach us really well, and I have nothing horrible to say about anyone because I'm so grateful for our program and our professors and their ability to educate us. I'm like so happy with that. I don't know, I just did not prepare well enough on which diagnostic exams are like what you should do, I guess, in each step. I got confused with some of them, but we'll see for tomorrow because maybe I'm just second guessing myself. Pharm was really good too. It's like really interesting to see how these medications work, and I like praise pharmacists and pharmacy students. They're so cool to know all of those things. That's like pretty cool. So I'm happy with that one. And patient encounter, I like love that class. It's so cool, and I'm so happy for my classmates who make Quizlets for the whole entire class, or they share their Quizlets. Study that, just repetition. It's really hard to do those things, in my opinion, for like for the classes that have a lot more information. But for that class that it's kind of just like recognizing what like skin lesion that is, or what eye disorder that is, Quizlet is like what's really good for me. I'm like doing all these hand motions down here, you can't even see them. But if you see me like moving my shoulders, that's what I'm doing. I'm like expressing it with my hands. Anyways, so yeah, that's what helped me in that course. Looking over the book as well, kind of just skimming, looking at pictures on Google, searching up like all of those things, and just having a good idea of how it can present in a patient. Other than that, I think that's it. That is all my advice for pharmacology. It's the same thing. We did Quizlets, Kahoots. That was pretty helpful. Other than that, I think that is it, you guys. This is what a day in the life of a PA student taking 4 exams looks like. It's pretty busy from 8 a.m. or the moment I wake up until like 3 p.m. Then I had the day off to kind of just relax. And some of you guys asked me how I was able, or like how do I relieve some stress, and it's just like getting out of this stressful environment, which is my room, because it's where I spend my whole day studying. So just like going outside, going for a walk, talking to my loved ones, kind of putting away my sorry, but just like putting away all my devices and just like going out, being safe, wearing a mask. That really helps me. So without further ado, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. If of course you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'm really happy with taking 4 exams in one day, because the PANCE exam is like about a 200 to 300 question exam, something like that. That's for 5 hours where you're just sitting down doing questions. It's essentially the same thing. They're preparing us for that exam, and that's our certifying exam. So I'm like happy with that. I have no complaints. And yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos. If you haven't already, follow me, subscribe to me, like this video, and if you're new, I'm Briana, a PA student. Bye guys, hope you have a great day.